So I have different scenarios, 4 different scenarios, where I want you to read the scenario and I want you to say out loud how you would respond to a client or how you would engage in some sort of communication with your client based on this scenario. And you're going to see that there are 2 columns. There's a column that you can write down what worked, and there's a column that you can write down what didn't work. And essentially what I want you to write down in these columns is what went well. So when you practice what you would say in this scenario, what did you say well, right? What were you able to communicate well? And then vice versa. What did you miss, right? What did you forget to discuss? What would you wish you would have done differently had that been a real conversation you were having with a potential or current client? So I want you to do that for all 4 scenarios. There are scenario 1, which is you getting approached by someone who's just potentially interested in a personal trainer. Scenario 2, which is essentially you out in your real life, right? And someone comes up and they realize that you're a personal trainer and they start talking to you about their desire to change their health and their body. This happens all the time, right? In a non-fitness setting, someone comes up to you and realizes that you're in the fitness world. They start to have this conversation. So scenario 2 is essentially how can you potentially help that person become your client based on this conversation. Scenario 3 and scenario 4 are very similar. The main difference is that you're going to be figuring out how you can take a potential client and have them purchase further sessions versus having a current client of yours purchase further sessions, right? So thinking about what that conversation looks like, it's incredibly important that you spend the time to say out loud how you would communicate with this person. Then reflect and be critical of yourself and say what worked and what didn't work. I want you to do this for all 4 scenarios. You will be writing this down on a piece of paper. You can do this if you printed out the notes, you're welcome to do it actually in the PowerPoint, or if you want to do this on a piece of paper, that's fine with me. I just need to see that it's organized into those 4 scenarios. I need to see what worked and what didn't work, and that you critically evaluated yourself in this experience here. Okay? You will be turning that in as part of your Lab 10. If you have any questions about lecture or lab, please let me know. Otherwise, I will see you all very shortly.